What's up, Dirty Cones? It's me and Buddy Jesus back. Buddy Jesus believes in walking quietly and carrying a very large stick. So this might be a long one. Big questions and answers all the way back from October. I'm a little behind. This one's actually Cone writing in to help people with ideas. So we'll call him Cone, who is known as Dirty Sanchez. Dude, Mr. Maroney. I've watched your videos for maybe a month or so, and you have truly inspired me. I'm 18 right now and live in San Diego. Similar to you, I want to become a crow, then eventually a lawyer. I'm determined that nothing within my circle of influence is going to keep me from it. That's awesome. Good, positive vibes thinking right there, so starts off good. All my life, I've been flat-footed, but I've also been an avid soccer player, so naturally I've dealt with plenty of injuries correlating to my knees and feet. This has posed an issue because not only do I want to become a crow, but I also have running a marathon on my bucket list. In order to prevent the injuries and pain, I've worn arch supports in my shoes for most of my life, but it has never really solved the problem. It hasn't until recently when I started doing some research on curing my flat feet that I discovered minimalist running. I'm in awe of being a Pararescue and everything it stands for, so I would never want to claim that I know more than you or anything you and some of your reviewers may already know about this style of running, but I just thought it wouldn't hurt to try and contribute to the cause. I know a little bit about minimalist running. I've heard a little bit about being able to cure flat feet, so if you've got something that runs or you know something, go with it, and let's pass it on and share other people, because I know there are a couple guys, that a little flat-footed and can't get in, so... anyways, minimalist, back to his email. Minimalist running comes from some scientists who studied how some hunters in Africa would run almost 26 miles a day and remain injury-free. You may look at it and say, well, duh, I guarantee it is worth looking into and telling your viewers about. I have taken this new style of running on as my own, and the arches in my feet have gotten stronger, my calves are shredded, and I've been injury-free ever since I made the transition. The whole idea behind it is actually pretty simple and straightforward, but requires further research if you want to transition with ease. It basically says run your 4 feet and don't let your heels touch the ground. I think back on it now and I laugh because it's so simple, but when I was reading all these articles on it, I was truly fascinated. Anyhow, if you got this far, thanks for taking time out of your day to read this. It means a lot to me. Keep the vids coming. Thank you very much. I love it when we work together and help. I know, so if you do the minimalist running and then add putting arches into your shoes and help raise, and you can get that from a doctor, or I think you can get it at the regular store, but it's probably better if you do it with the help of a doctor, or research it and come up with how high you want to do it and how much to push and all that kind of stuff. So awesome email, thank you very much. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Good first one. Second one. Oh, and I'd like to thank the Cosgrove Bowie family from, what do you do? No, don't. Sorry about that. Cody's getting into something. From the legacyofahero.org, really nice service group that helps a lot of people. So if you're looking for somebody to donate to, legacyofahero.org is really awesome. Caninesoldiers.org, also awesome. Next one is from... Here, I'll read it. The title is A Subscriber Seeking Help from an Educated Individual. I don't know if that really includes me, but I will do my best. Langston Hughes, my cat, and Pistachio the turtle. Alright. So, he just turned 23. He's really considering joining the Air Force TAC-P, but there are a few things holding him back, and he hopes I can help him. Now that I am 23 years old, I feel like I'm getting older, and I'm worried my body won't be able to keep up with the younger going in, but I'm not saying that I'm out of shape. Alright, so his question is, do you believe I'm too old to start a career in this field? No. Anything below 30 and you're going to be doing pretty good. After 30, it seems like you're hurting yourself all the time. I mean, I remember doing stuff in my 20s, and then it seemed like the day after I turned, in fact, the day I turned 30, I was in Africa, and we were loading 50-pound bags of rice and flour, and I was hurting, and the day before I'd felt fine, and then on my 30th birthday, I'm like, oh, dude, what happened? So that wasn't good. So you're not too old. I was thinking about this last night. I feel, technically I'm older, but at the same time I'm not. So, for a mountain, I am very young, and for an Irish Mexican American known as the Abyss, I am just right. So I'm doing all right. All right. So you're not too old. You're good. Don't worry about it. I've seen 44-year-old dudes get through. So if a 44-year-old man can get through, anybody can get through. You just got to want it. I'm not trying to sound naive by any means when I say this, but I'm not as considered with the physical part as I am. Oh, I'm not as, all right, with the physical part as the education part. This does not mean I will take the workouts lightly by any means, because I know they will be tough, but I'm more worried about failing out due to the education requirements. If you can read at least 8th grade level, I think you should be good. And I'm not saying that to downplay the intelligence. I'm just saying that, like, when they write manuals or they put things out there, they've got to, for the lowest common denominator of people that are going to be in there. So sometimes you're like, this thing's talking down to me. It's not. It just has to be army proof, right? So study, take your studying seriously. Read, learn to comprehend. They've got reading tests, online. Just if your ASVAB's over 40 on most things, say 50, I think it should be all right. And even if you're not, you just got to work a little bit harder, and you make it happen anyway. So don't worry too much. Let's see. For the past, he feels confident in what he can do. As of right now, he just started training his cardio again. Is it not sufficient enough to pass the test for the run? I was wondering if you have any suggestions on how to improve this. For running, I always suggest more running and intervals. So you want to make quality training over quantity. Intervals, I suggest, you do your lap. You're aiming for a minute 20, minute 30. You then take a 45-second break. Do it again. Do it 6 times. You run a mile and a half. You get a 3-minute break in between. Remember, keep moving, hydrate, then run and do it again 6 times. Minute 30 is your max slowest time. 45-second break in between. Do that once or twice a week. Make sure there's a day or 2 break in between. You'll be good. But you got to push yourself and get faster. And going to the gym or going to the pool, and you see people, they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do some underwaters, right? No, you go to the gym, you work out. You go to the pool, you swim. You go to the track, you run. So quality over quantity. Just because you're sitting at the gym all day doesn't mean you're actually accomplishing anything, and that's not particular to you. That's to everybody. Speaking of which, knuckleheads, writing down or typing first, because you're the first response on a video like this, really isn't saying much. You're first among cones. I mean, come on. The lowest of the low. So he that is first shall be last, and he that is last shall be first, and that others may live doesn't mean first. So stop doing that. Besides, this isn't like Joe Rogan or something. There's like 50 of us going, oh, okay. Well, the other 50 people are like, what's a cone? I just like to look at this guy because he's funny. and he shows his cat. So that's how you get better on your run. Run more. How do you get better on your swimming? Swim more. I believe this question can only be solved mainly through my own view, but I thought I would ask anyways to see if you can give some insight. What would you recommend to a guy who is shy but eventually opens up? The reason I ask this is because I'm a quiet guy and shy but eventually opens up when I'm comfortable. Would this be an issue? So there's nothing wrong being shy, you know. I think it's better to be quiet. What's the old saying about, when you open your mouth, you remove all doubt, whether you're a fool or an intelligent person. And so, people be like, hey, that guy must be smart, doesn't say much. Versus blah, 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 blah. And people are like, wow, that guy. So if you don't feel like saying something, don't say something. But if you're in charge or if you need to get something done, it's important to start learning to speak up, to voice what you need, to be clear, concise, and speak. Say as much as needs to be done, and then don't say anything more. So you can use your shyness as a strength, because you're gonna not want to say a lot. So in turn, when you do speak, it'll be important, right? Quality over quantity. So now you don't want to be shy in that, I don't know, you're afraid of jumping out of the plane, or you're afraid of, calling in airstrikes. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and the quicker you can do that, the happier you'll be. So look for the hard road, right? I heard this I had a good conversation the other day with a cone from Pennsylvania. If there's two roads and there's an easy one and a hard one, take the hard one, and on top of that, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think those two kind of mottos would help you. So if you're uncomfortable with being in charge or speaking to people, do it. I am not a fan of talking. I mean, that's usually why the videos don't show me. I mean, I show me, because I have to. But if I had my choice, I'd rather be behind, just make this just me going blah, blah, blah. And so I force myself, to do public speaking, because it helps people, and it helps me, and it helps you, so we're all helped. The good outweighs the bad, even though I don't like doing it. So speak up, right? Speak quietly and carry a large stick. What's really cool is, so I got this, and I got the Bowie knife too with it, and it was a Marine during World War II, and he painted this, kind of to commemorate his South Sea Islands vacation. And on the Bowie knife, or the K-bar, sorry, it's got Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, like all the 5 islands that he helped invade. And I was like, dang. So that's with my grandfather's K-bar, and so it was pretty valuable to me, I guess. But quick little story about that. So back to the email. Can you possibly explain to me, if it's possible, how long the whole pipeline is to graduate as a TACP member, and what would happen if you end up failing a portion of the pipeline? Do you automatically get kicked out and forgotten, or do you get chances? I would give my everything in the field and would never quit. Someone would have to kill me to make me quit. I just don't want to end up failing and getting kicked out to be a dang cook or something. So, the whole pipeline's 6 months to a year. There's another video about it. If you listen in the Q&A, where I talked to a TACP graduate, and he gave all the hints and tips of how to pass. Most Air Force schools, you can fail something once, maybe a block or, a whole class, but they generally don't want you to fail twice. And sometimes if you're really below what everybody else is doing, then they may or may not give you a setback. So if you got to fail, you're go down kicking and screaming, swinging, right? Do your best. And if they say, well, the guy did his best, we can see he was trying really hard. He wasn't ready at this time. He'll get it next time. that's what's going to make the difference. That's how I got my setback. They noticed me. I tried really hard, and yeah, I was failing, but they were like, okay, he's trying. We'll work with him. So it doesn't always happen that way, but do your best in all things, and it'll all work out in the end. So he's a fireman, and I'm summarizing the rest of the email. He wants to be TAC P. He met a star swimmer, and it's really nice. It's good stuff. Firefighters, paramedics, cops, anybody that likes to give, I think you could be a PJ. I mean, the teachers, it's so thank you, and I hope you stay safe as well. Spread the truth 2147. Thank you. That was a good email, and good luck. Hoo-yah. Next one. Who is that? Oh, yep. So if anybody's in Indiana and you're looking for somebody to work out with, hit me up. You got a guy in Indiana. I know it's a large. You're like, it's a large state. I know, but only so many people. There's the entire state is all quarantined except for like 3 cities. So 1 out of 3 is not bad. No, I don't know. I just made that up. They're like, what? All right. Let's see. Vision question back from 4 November. Sorry about that. Let's see. Hi, my name is, and I'm an aspiring PJ. I want to ask you about color blindness. I recently found out I'm slightly colorblind a day ago, and wanted to know what are the chances of even being considered a candidate now. So, it depends on how bad a colorblind person you are. Blood things, you kind of. I think it's important to know what you're looking at. I mean. But saying that, depth, color, whatever, it's all